The biggest lie you might have ever told yourself is believing that you made all the important decisions in your life. Your major, your career, your lifestyle, even your definition of success. Are you absolutely sure those choices were yours? Dead Poets Society is a kind of movie that gets right in your face and says only one thing. Prove it.
Vision, honor, discipline, excellence.
4 words, 4 pillars, 4 values designed to shape the future of every student at Welton. Everything looks organized, predictable, safe, until the movie asks a question that completely changed the conversation. If someone else defines success for you, is it still success? John Keating walks into the room. You expect him to teach poetry. Instead, he asks his students to stand on their desks. That's it. Just stand on the desk. Because sometimes the biggest problem in our lives isn't that we don't have the answers. It's that we've been looking at the world from the same angle for so long that we forgot there might be another one.
See, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me?
One of the most powerful scenes in their entire film isn't dramatic at all. It's just a wall covered with old photographs, young faces, students who once stood exactly where these boys are standing. And they probably believed the same thing most of us believe. Later. I'll start later. I'll chase my dream later. I change my life later. And then Keating says 2 words that became unforgettable. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Because the truth is, nobody loses their life overnight. We lose it slowly, one later at a time. I think Todd is the most relatable character in Dead Poets Society. Because at some point in our lives, most of us have been taught. We had talent, we had ideas, we had something we wanted to say, but we stayed quiet. Not because we had nothing to offer, not because we weren't capable. We were just afraid of being judged. And maybe that's the real question. If everyone around you suddenly disappeared, would you still know what you actually want? And then there's Neil. Look at that smile. For a few brief moments, nobody is telling him who he is supposed to be. Not his father, not his school, not the future that was already planned for him. For the first time, he's simply himself. And maybe that's why that scene hurts so much. Because a lot of us only get a few moments like that. A few moments when we're completely, undeniably ourselves. And the rest of the time, we're just playing the role of someone who's alive. Do you know what's truly dangerous about this movie? Keating never tells his students to rebel. He never tells them to break the rules. He never tells them to run away. He only asks them to do one thing. Think. And nothing is more dangerous than a person who wakes up one day and asks a simple question. Why? Everybody remembers this moment. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Captain, my captain.
But I don't think it's a goodbye scene. I think it's a scene about standing up. Standing up for yourself. Choosing for yourself. Finally saying, this life belongs to me. Maybe the real question isn't, should we follow our dreams? That's too easy. The real question is, how much of your current life was actually your choice? And if your answer makes you uncomfortable, maybe there's still time to rewrite a few pages of the script. Are you really living? Or are you just following a script someone else wrote for you? Carpe diem. One question before you leave. If nobody judged you, who would you become? Leave your answer in the comments. And if you believe movies can you more than entertain, welcome to Cinemato.
Thank you.